Welcome back. I'm mobile today. 2001 Ford Focus. Come over, pull the code P0304. Misfire on cylinder 4. We're going to go through just diagnostics, see what's going on, and see if we can fix this. So we know it's cylinder number 4. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the coil and just see if we have spark at the coil. Got my test light here. Hook got the battery negative. I got a good connection, which I do. We're going to see if we have spark there. Number 4 cylinder. When you do this, you want this right next to the tower, otherwise it'll nail you. You don't want to get nailed by it. I'm just going to pull the plug. I have no spark at all out of the coil for number 4 cylinder. So I'm going to test one of the other cylinders. I'm going to go to number 1, which is this guy right here. Do the same thing. I got good spark there. So coil's bad. I'll talk a little bit. Let me shut this off and talk a little bit about how that works. So this particular car is a waste spark. Let me see. Make sure I got you on the picture here. Yeah. So this is a waste spark ignition. So it's basically 2 coils in here that are fired by the computer. It fires 2 cylinders at a time. In this case, 4 and 1 and 3 and 2. So it'll fire both cylinders. One will be on the compression stroke, one will be on the exhaust stroke, but it fires both. So we had no spark on number 4. Its companion cylinder is number 1. I went to that one and checked that. It's firing that, which means it should be firing both, which means the computer's controlling it. So it's not a problem with the wiring, it's not a problem with the ECM. It's actually the coil for this number 4 cylinder is bad. There's only 3 wires on this connector. The middle wire is your heavier wire. That's your 12-volt power, battery power. It's on key on and run. So if you wanted to test that wire, you turn the key on, disconnect this connector, and go for the test light to that middle terminal, and you should have power there. You can also either back probe this or disconnect the fuel pump, and you should be able to crank it. And if you have a test light connected to battery positive, you should see it flicker as you crank it, because the computer is going to be grounding that wire to that coil. But we know that coil's bad, so we're going to pull that coil, replace that coil. I'm also going to do plugs and wires on this. I checked the plug earlier, and I don't know that they've ever been done. This car's got 250,000 miles on it. They look pretty worn, so we're going to do that as well. This connector here in the front, it's just a little metal clip underneath. You have to push up on it and then wiggle the connector off. I'll show you when I get it off of there. So right there, that's underneath. You just push up on that and you see what it does there. It releases it like that and then pull it off. Real simple. You just can't see it if it's in there. You can't see it. Your T25 Torx heads that are holding this coil in place. They can be a little bit of a pain to get undone, but we're going to hopefully be able to get them out without too much difficulty. I'm just going to unplug these wires and get them out of the way. You don't need to leave them on there. Just pull them out. I don't know if I'm wide enough here. Let me back you up a little bit. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Just going to take these out. The way I usually like to do these is kind of like almost like a impact driver a little bit. Get these started. It can be a little troublesome, and I usually just try to put pressure on them counterclockwise and tap them. I may need to get a different bit for this because I'm getting a little bit blocked by the coil. Try this back one here. Make sure they're in, and then just put pressure on them as I tap them. See if I can get them to move, which I think it did. Yeah, and then we can take them out. I don't want to torque these torques when they get rusted. It can be a little troublesome. These coils. Yeah. Cool shot. Came right out. Two of the tabs are broken on it. So brittle, but still have to get these bolts out. Yeah, there it goes. I got three. Let's see if I can get the fourth one. Now I've got to find that one. Popped out of there. I have to dig that out. Find it. Sure it's down there. Okay. There's part number, the replacement, FD497. Set this right back in place here. Fold it back down. Put the connector back on here. Make sure it locks in. And we're going to do spark plugs and wires on it. Is that what it is now?
Yeah.
Whew.
Break 3.
275, huh? Keep going. It runs good though.
It's like a top, man. It got me from Virginia because I took it down Virginia.
Yeah,
Like
it drives nice. I mean, you get the struts and all done. This drives.
yeah.
Oh man, now look at the gap on that one.
Oh no!
So this is why these are getting replaced. This gap on these is monstrous. They're just worn to nothing. New spark plugs. Here's your part number. XP5364. So.
Now the ignition was ignition coil.
Yeah.
Now that's what your big band had, right? That you had to change. It was way.
Yeah, they have coil on plug. So there's 8 coils in that. So one on every cylinder. This is just one coil. One coil.
Oh, okay.
It's not on the plug.
Oh,
it's a different design, but same thing basically.
Yeah.
Ignition coil. Wires, part number. Pretty simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coils are marked on this. Tells you which cylinder's which. Dielectric grease for your terminals. Click them into place. Pretty simple, actually. A little bit of grease in each one. All right, pretty much it. It's real easy. 4, 1, 2, 3. Pretty simple. that's it. More misfire. Well, that's it. Pretty easy. Bad ignition coil. 275,000 miles actually on this car. I thought it was 50, but it's 75. Needed plugs badly. I showed that earlier. Let me grab one. Kind of see it here. Hope maybe you can see these, but just worn out. I mean, the gap in there is huge. This one you can see how it's leaning really badly. It's worn on the one side. They need to be replaced. And honestly, if it's been that long for doing plugs, do the wires at the same time. Don't even mess with it. Just do them both. It's kind of tune-up, really. Plugs, wires, coil, because the coil is bad, but real simple fix. Easy to do. If you have this problem with your car, I hope this helps you out. If you like the video, subscribe below. Thanks for watching.